Hi everybody, this is me again, and this is a children's book that I almost got published by Penguin Books. I had an editor working for Penguin Books that was extremely enthusiastically encouraging me to finish the book. I never got any development money, which is reminiscent of some of the comic strips that I almost got syndicated and kept developing, and same story. With the comic strips, the editors just fizzled out. With this one, what happened was Penguin Books got bought up by another book company called Putnam Books, and they became Penguin Putnam. I think they're still in existence. This isn't around 1995. Anyway, this editor was really enthusiastic. She kept saying, keep finishing the paintings. We're going to pitch this and it's going to sell. And what happened was when Putnam bought it, this woman called me and just said, here's the name of the new editor, because she was getting laid off, which sometimes happens when a new regiment comes in. And the new editor wasn't as enthusiastic about the book as she was. So it just fizzled out. So I had all these paintings, and well, this is the first time anybody out there will be able to see them. It's called Rain in the Snow, and even back in the mid-90s I was thinking about global warming and so forth, and so there's more of an ecological focus on this story than the typical Noah's Ark story. But this is the whole story. There's some missing artwork because I didn't finish all the paintings, so wherever there's missing artwork I'll just mention it. And background music is by the wonderful Brian Eno. Hope you enjoy it, and Merry Christmas! Noontog was a polar bear who often had dreams. One night, he dreamed of a powerful angel waterfall pouring water all over his Arctic home, causing all of the snow to melt. The melting caused a great flood, and all of the animals were in danger. Noontog awoke with a start. He looked for his wife Solvi so he could tell her his strange dream. He found her by the water, busy with a small boat. "Look, Noontog," she said, pointing to the boat. "Now we can fish anywhere we want to." Noontog told of his strange dream to Solvi. She was frightened, for many of his dreams came to be. She then looked at her little boat. "Maybe this will save us," she whispered. Noontog and Solvi soon found themselves floating between large floes of ice. They traveled wherever the boat took them. Along the way, they warned all the others. Though Noontog told the other animals of his premonition, all they did was laugh. "Oh, quick, hurry, hurry, the snow is melting," mocked the seal, clapping his fins. Klavan, the snowy owl, giggled and hooted at Noontog's little boat and said, "And where do you think you're going in that thing?" "We go where the boat takes us," said Solvi, ignoring their taunts, and then comforted her mate. The next day, a black-throated Arctic loon couple asked them where they were going in their little boat. "Wherever it takes us," said Noontog, and Solvi told them of the dream. "Oh no, that's terrible. Can we go too?" asked the female loon. "You mean you don't think we're crazy?" Noontog asked in surprise. "Not at all," said the male. "We've been traveling further south ever since the rain started. It never rains where we come from." The polar bears made room for the loon couple, and once again the boat floated south. Later that same day, a pair of Arctic wolves joined the now crowded boat. The female wolf had a dream much like Noontog's, only hers had a big boat in it. Thinking Solvi's boat was the boat in her dream, the two wolves immediately asked permission to board. "And where are we going?" asked the male wolf at last. Solvi answered, "Wherever this boat takes us." By the end of the week, Arctic foxes, a seal couple, Arctic terns, two northern hawk owls, and others told of similar premonitions and the strange melting of the snow. They all managed to squeeze onto the little boat. A few days later, there was no more snow to be seen at all, only water as far as the eye could see. Silently, the crew of animals sat and laid still in fear. The water became bouncy. Noontog asked if one of the birds could fly out a ways to see if any land was visible. A female tern by the name of Oslo volunteered. The next day she returned with a small exotic tree leaf in her bill. Land was not far away. In a few more days, a slim shoreline beach was spotted by Solvi. "I see something wonderful," she whispered to Noontog. The crew was elated and paddled their boat madly to reach this new land. Everyone was overjoyed, yet exhausted. Noontog and Solvi told the others they would venture into the thick forest and hunt for some food. Soon they were surrounded by thick foliage with insects of every size, shape, and color. Solvi marveled at this lush green world they found themselves in. It was so different from the icy north she was familiar with. Suddenly, a sulphur-breasted toucan burst from the leaves directly in front of Noontog. Noontog had never seen so many colors on one animal in his entire life. "Where are you from?" squawked the bird. "From the northern pole regions. We are escaping the rains from up there and the great flood," said Solvi, who had now caught up with her husband. "Oh, ho, ho," squawked the toucan, whose name was Barbaroom. "If you've come here to escape rain, you've come to the wrong place. You are in the southern continent, and this, my friend, is a rain forest. Not only that, but there have been dreamers and talks of a flood that's just waiting to happen in these parts as well. You'd best go on back your journey until you find safer land still. Where are your friends? I'll gather fruit for them." When Barbaroom saw the little boat, he squawked and squawked. "Listen," he told Solvi, "my wife and I have been terrified to our quills with all of this talk of a flood. Could we join you on your search for a safer place?" Soon the small boat was carrying the toucan passengers as well, as they once again set out for wherever the boat would take them. When the waters would take them no further, the entourage finally abandoned their little boat. They now found themselves in a vast desert. The heat became nearly unbearable to the Arctic animals, but they marched on anyway. A Gila monster couple joined the nomadic group for fear of the flood, had even made it to this land of sparse water. Barbaroom decided to fly ahead and do some scouting for water. 2 weeks later, he returned with some exciting news. In a land of desert and water, an old man was building a huge boat, or ark. Animals from all over the world were migrating toward it in order to escape the period of the forthcoming deluge. The man who owned the ark was kind and gentle. After some time, Noontog, Solvi, and the entire group spotted the gigantic boat from the crest of a small mountainous ridge. "It's the boat in my dreams," said the female wolf. "We made it," said Noontog, and everyone ran or flew as fast as they could toward their salvation. All of the animals got to know one another, and they were all amazed at the variety they found. The strangest of animals were fast becoming friends. The wolves became friends with the rabbits, and the terns became friends with the white doves. The weary animals climbed aboard the roomy ark and settled in for a long journey's rest. And the rains came, but the warm and snug boat kept them safe until it was time to return home. The end.